Dean Ambrose is WWE champion, and I've had a migraine ever since. What were they thinking? Now, if you're like me and you need help forgetting that Dean Ambrose is WWE World Heavyweight Champion, try visiting FTitM and lose yourself in some great wrestling-related articles. On with my reactions! The show kicks off with Dean Ambrose rolling up in a cab, at which point he gets out and begins to walk away, and then he has to run after the cab because the fucking idiot forgot his title. You know, the thing he's been chasing after for his entire career, the thing that every wrestler dreams of attaining. This fucking dumb shit forgets it in a cab less than 24 hours after he won it. Like, seriously, when this channel hits 100,000 subs and YouTube sends me the first of my many play buttons, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna hold on to it. I might even sleep with it. I'm definitely not gonna forget it in a cab. I hate this fucking guy, this fucking idiot. So fuckface idiot starts off the show. Can you tell I don't like Ambrose? And he says a bunch of stuff, but I wasn't paying attention because I don't care. Thankfully, Roman Reigns' music hits and he makes his way down to the ring. Now Reigns comes into the ring, he looks angry, but then he tells Ambrose he's happy for him. Oh, we're brothers. I don't care. If Johnny Ratings came onto this show and took my first thing in the morning title, I'd beat the living shit out of him. Friend or no friend, this is business. What a pussy. Now the fans almost immediately started chanting, "You can't wrestle," at Roman Reigns. Idiots. And Roman, he handled this like a champ. I love this part. He tells the grown man babies in the crowd to sit down, have a sip of beer, and shut up. I love it. Reigns putting people in their place is exactly what he should be doing. Now Seth Rollins comes out and vaginas around the world were instantly moist because, yay! We have our Shield triple threat! All my vagina dreams are coming true! Yeah, anyway, Seth comes out and he's pissed. And he says, yeah, back of the line, Roman. I beat you last night. I deserve the next shot at Ambrose's World Heavyweight Championship. Oh, I just gave myself a stomach ache. I said Ambrose's WWE Championship. Shane McMahon makes his way out and he makes a match for later tonight, which will pit Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, a rematch from last night to determine who will go on to Battleground to face Dean Ambrose for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Our first match this evening pits Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn in the Battle of Quebec. Now this was a hard-hitting match, and quite frankly, after last night on that fucking Michinoku driver on the ladder, I don't know how Kevin Owens was walking, but Kevin Owens is the man, and he showed up tonight to fight on Monday Night Raw. Now, Sami Zayn did control the early part of this match, that is, until they went to the outside. When Sami got up on a barricade and tried a high-flying maneuver, Kevin Owens caught him, sending him back first into the barricade and taking control of this match. However, Sami Zayn managed to fight his way back into this match, and no doubt, thanks to the conspiracy, he picked up the win on Kevin Owens. After the match, an all-out brawl breaks out. I'm talking up on the stage. It looked like Kevin was going to throw Sami Zayn off the stage with a powerbomb. Sami got out of it, started fighting back. Then we go to commercial break. When we come back, they're still fighting, except this time they're backstage. Now I love it when wrestlers fight backstage, and we don't see it nearly enough. In fact, the last time I think we saw a real legitimate backstage brawl was Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker a couple years ago. So it was very refreshing to see tonight. And with these two, you just can't go wrong. Battle of Quebec continues. Now, if you listen to the Kayfabe Today podcast, which you can find conveniently at kayfabetoday.com, you'll remember that I, last week, demanded from the WWE that Big Johnny, John Laurinaitis, Mr. People Power himself, get a chance to run SmackDown. Well, what do you know? Who shows up this week on Raw? Big Johnny. Proof positive that WWE pays attention to Raw reactions and to Kayfabe Today, which you can find at kayfabetoday.com. Now Big Johnny starts pleading his case to run SmackDown, and quite frankly, I'm all for it. I think the WWE needs a little people power in this new era, because quite frankly, I think Laurinaitis could kind of curve the conspiracy and maybe help Kevin Owens out a little bit, since Shane McMahon is obviously drunk with power and wants to hold him back. Alright, so up next we have Enzo and Cass versus the Vaudevillains. What can I say? It was an Enzo and Cass match. The Vaudevillains destroyed Enzo. Enzo made the hot tag. Cass came in, destroyed the Vaudevillains. Match was over. Up next, we have AJ Styles, who makes his way to the ring to talk about his match last night with John Cena. Now, he says that his win was tainted by Anderson and Gallows and that the match did not go the way that he had wanted it to. Now, AJ also says that if the club is to continue, he demands a public apology from Anderson and Gallows. Anderson and Gallows make their way to the ring and they say that they were just trying to help AJ. AJ says that Anderson and Gallows have now given Cena an excuse for last night's match, and that by doing so, they dragged AJ's name through the mud. Now AJ says that he needs an apology, and he needs them to look right into his eyes and to give him that apology. Now, in a touching display of friendship, Anderson and Gallows both deliver a heartfelt apology to AJ Styles. But AJ says that there's just one more thing that he needs them to do. He needs them to apologize to John Cena. Now, Cena makes his way out and stays at the top of the ramp. Anderson and Gallows proceed to offer him one of the most heartwarming and heartfelt apologies I think I've ever seen, to which Cena replies that he's not buying it. He does not accept the apology. How immature can John Cena possibly be? Here he is getting an apology, a heartfelt apology, mind you, and he just, no, I don't want your apology. I lost my match and I'm in a bad mood. Now, in a true show of sportsmanship, AJ Styles offers John Cena a chance at a match tonight with any member of the club who isn't named AJ Styles. Carl Anderson steps up, so we got a one-on-one match, John Cena versus Carl Anderson. Ho ho ho, folks, get your shovels, cause this one was quick. Cena basically beat the shit out of Anderson throughout the entire match, got him up for an AA, hit the AA, went for the cover, almost got the 3, but Gallows and AJ Styles rush the ring and proceed to beat John Cena out of his jorts. Backstage with Seth Rollins now, who says some really accurate stuff about Dean Ambrose, him being a cockroach and an idiot and stuff like that. And then he says he's going to beat Roman tonight and become the #1 contender to go face Ambrose at Battleground for the title. And he would also prove that he's the best member of the Shield, because apparently that's a thing people worry about. Still backstage now, but this time with Becky Lynch, who says she's tired of people backstabbing her. You know, even though this has happened 3 times now, so maybe, I don't know, take a hint, you fucking idiot! Natty then attacks her from behind and says that for the first time in a long time, it's all about herself now. Typical women. Baron Corbin versus Zack Ryder. I'm laughing because some people out there think Zack Ryder actually has a chance here. He doesn't. Fake ass broski got his ass kicked in record time when Baron Corbin hit the end of days. 1, 2, 3. I'm the broski. Get out of here, Zack. Up next, we have Paige versus Charlotte in a women's title match. Now, this was a pretty competitive match. I mean, it lasted longer than 2 minutes. So right there, bonus points. Now, all jokes aside, I thought these two had the best women's match in quite some time, which, granted, I'll give it to you, isn't saying much. But still, it was a good match, and I actually enjoyed it. So much better than your average women's match on WWE TV. After a hard-fought match, Paige hits the rampage on Charlotte, but Dana grabs her leg and puts it under the rope. Now, I think she was supposed to put it on top of the rope, but yeah, that's really hard to do. Now, this led to Paige being distracted and Charlotte taking advantage of the distraction by hitting a natural selection for the 1, 2, 3, and to retain her women's championship. But the big news, the big story, is that my girl, Sasha Banks, finally made her return to Raw and took out Dana and Charlotte like it was nothing. She just completely destroyed Dana with one punch. Not even an issue. Goes right on the Flair and hits the Banks statement, then picks up her women's championship. I love Sasha Banks. Now the Wyatt family have finally returned to Monday Night Raw as well. They make their way to the ring for what they do best, an in-ring promo. Now they don't get very far into this promo because the New Day comes out and they tell Bray that, whoa, Bray, you need to stop talking now. Now Bray looks at them and says that he's seen the future, and the future is that the New Day will fall. Backstage now with Titus O'Neil, who looks pissed and wants a rematch with Rusev because I think he made his kids cry or some shit. I don't know. Nobody fucking cares. So for some reason, WWE thought this was a good idea and granted Titus his request for a rematch with Rusev. It started off with a brawl. In the middle, there was a brawl. And it ended with a brawl. It ended with Rusev running out through the crowd to the back. Like I said before, nobody cares. Finally, our main event this evening is Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, and the winner goes on to Battleground to face Dean Fuckface for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, aside from Ambrose's non-stop talking on commentary, which was unbearable, I thought Reigns and Rollins had a pretty good match last night. Not great, but good. And I felt like they had another good match tonight, so the trend continues on Raw. Now, like I said, I felt both men put on a very good match here tonight, proving that either one of them would be a much better champion than Dean Ambrose. Both men threw everything they possibly could think of at the other one, including a spear on top of the Spanish announce table. Now this would be the downfall of both men, because after this move, the referee counted to 10. We got a double count out. Now Broski was pissed, but I figured something would happen that would leave us with a little resolution, and boy, was I right. Shane McMahon makes his way out and says, we're not having this ending. We need a #1 contender. Now, Captain Dumbshit gets on the mic, and oh, he's so cool. He's the coolest man that's ever existed, so he says, I'll take both men on at Battleground. Make it a triple threat. So there you go, fangirls. Get your vaginas all ready, because it's happening in a little less than a month. The Shield are going to enter in a triple threat, and we're finally going to find out which member is the best. So there you have it, Broski Club. Those were my Raw reactions first thing in the morning. For me, Money in the Bank was awful. I fell asleep before the main event because it sucked. Raw, I managed to stay up for. So Raw was better. And now for my favorite part of the show, the part where I talk about myself. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to go follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at MTLBroski for all the latest first thing in the morning news. Go give the Facebook fan page a like at facebook.com/FTITM. Go check out kayfabetoday.com for all kinds of great wrestling related content. And until next Tuesday morning, Broski Club, this has been my Raw reactions first thing in the morning.
Tonight is the night.